If a neurologist told you there was one single exercise that could reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease, one specific physical activity that multiple large clinical studies have proven protects the brain, would you do it? It is not lifting weights. It is not yoga. It is not swimming, cycling, or anything that requires a gym membership or special equipment. In fact, millions of people already do this exercise every single day. And most of them have no idea that while they are doing it, they are actively protecting their brain from one of the most feared diseases on the planet. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, why it works on a neurological level, how much you need to do to get real brain protection, and the one mistake most people make that cancels out all the benefit. Stay with me, because this might be the simplest and most important thing you hear all year. The exercise is walking. Simple, free, accessible to almost everyone, walking. Now, before you say that cannot be right, or I already walk sometimes, I want you to stay with me for the next few minutes. Because what researchers have discovered about walking and the brain is genuinely remarkable, and most people have no idea how specific and powerful the science behind it actually is. A landmark study from the University of Pittsburgh scanned the brains of adults who walked regularly over a period of 1 year. What they found was extraordinary. The hippocampus, the brain's memory center, the exact area that Alzheimer's disease attacks first, had actually grown larger in the people who walked regularly. Let me say that again clearly. Walking caused the hippocampus to grow, not stay the same, not slow its shrinkage, actually grow. In the control group who did not walk regularly, the hippocampus continued to shrink, which is the normal pattern of aging. But in the walkers, the brain reversed the trend entirely. The lead researcher on that study said it was one of the most significant findings in the neuroscience of aging in decades, and yet most people have never heard about it. To understand why walking is so powerful for the brain, you need to understand what happens inside your body when you walk. First, blood flow. Walking increases your heart rate moderately and consistently pushes more oxygenated blood throughout the body, including the brain. More blood flow means more oxygen and more glucose, the brain's two primary fuels, reaching neurons that need them to function and repair themselves. Second, BDNF. This stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. BDNF is sometimes called Miracle-Gro for the brain by neuroscientists. It is a protein that promotes the growth, maintenance, and survival of neurons. Walking has been shown in multiple studies to significantly increase BDNF levels in the brain, even after a single 20-minute session. Third, amyloid clearance. The glymphatic system, your brain's internal cleaning mechanism, functions most efficiently when blood flow is steady and oxygen is abundant. Regular walking supports this system, helping the brain clear out the amyloid plaques that accumulate and cause Alzheimer's disease. Fourth, neuroplasticity. Walking regularly enhances the brain's ability to form new connections between neurons, a process called neuroplasticity, which helps compensate for any areas where damage has begun to occur. All four of these mechanisms work together, every single time you go for a walk. That is why no single pharmaceutical drug has ever matched what consistent walking does for the aging brain. Now, here is where it gets very practical, because the specific amount matters more than most people realize. The University of Pittsburgh study that found hippocampal growth used a protocol of 40 minutes of walking, 3 times per week. That was enough to produce measurable brain changes within 1 year. But other studies have found meaningful benefits from even less. A 2022 study published in JAMA Neurology found that walking just 9,800 steps per day was associated with a 51% lower risk of developing dementia. And here is something even more encouraging. The same study found that the pace matters. Brisk walking, defined as more than 40 steps per minute, provided significantly greater brain protection than slow walking, even at lower total step counts. So the practical prescription based on the best available science is this. Aim for 30 to 40 minutes of brisk walking, at least 5 days per week. You do not need to complete this all at once. 2 20-minute walks count the same as one 40-minute walk. The most important variable is not distance, not speed, and not terrain. It is consistency. A 30-minute walk done most days of the week, sustained over months and years, is what produces the neuroprotective changes the research has documented. Now, the one mistake I mentioned at the beginning that cancels out all the benefit, and this one genuinely surprises people. Walking with headphones in and scrolling your phone, or walking while mentally distracted and disengaged, significantly reduces the cognitive benefit of the walk. Here is why. Part of the brain protective power of walking comes not just from the physical movement, but from the mental engagement it requires. When you walk without distractions, paying attention to your surroundings, noticing changes in terrain, making small navigation decisions, you are activating spatial reasoning, environmental awareness, and executive function simultaneously. Research from Stanford University found that even a brief outdoor walk without phone use improved creative thinking and divergent problem-solving by over 60%. Outcomes directly linked to healthy frontal lobe function. This does not mean you can never listen to music or a podcast while walking. It means that at least some of your walks, ideally most of them, should be done with your phone in your pocket, eyes up, and your full attention on your environment. Walk like someone who is paying attention to the world. Your brain will reward you for it. If you are not currently walking regularly, here's the most important thing I can tell you. Start smaller than you think you need to. Trying to jump from zero activity to 40-minute daily walks is one of the most common reasons people give up within 2 weeks. The initial commitment feels too large, something gets in the way, and the habit breaks before it has a chance to stick. Instead, try this approach. Start with just 10 minutes per day for the first 2 weeks. 10 minutes is almost nothing. But done consistently, it builds the neural habit of walking before you ever build the physical habit. In week 3, extend to 20 minutes. Week 5, extend to 30 minutes. By the time you are walking 30 to 40 minutes regularly, it will feel completely natural because you built up to it gradually. The best time to walk for brain protection is in the morning. Within an hour of waking up, when BDNF levels are naturally elevated and your brain is most receptive to the neurological benefits of exercise. And if weather or mobility prevents outdoor walking, even indoor walking, through your home, up and down hallways, or on a treadmill, produces similar neurological benefits. The movement itself is what matters, not the setting. Let's bring everything together. The single exercise most consistently shown by neuroscience research to protect the brain from Alzheimer's disease is walking. Specifically brisk walking for 30 to 40 minutes, most days of the week, done with your attention on your surroundings rather than your phone. Walking grows your hippocampus. It raises BDNF, your brain's growth hormone. It clears amyloid plaques. It supports neuroplasticity. It costs nothing, requires no equipment, and can be done by almost anyone regardless of fitness level. And here is the most important thing of all. Every single day that you choose to walk is a day your brain gets slightly stronger, slightly more protected, and slightly more resilient against the disease that took the memories of so many people we love. You do not need to run a marathon. You do not need a gym. You just need your shoes, 30 minutes, and the decision to go. If this video helped you, please subscribe to Sharp Mind After 50 and hit the notification bell. We publish new videos every week with practical, science-backed ways to protect your brain and keep your memory sharp for life. Now go for a walk. Your brain is waiting.